I just bought a whole lot of food, so I thought that I would do a vegan mukbang because those seem to be so popular. So what I got is a pizza from Pizza Pizza. They don't have any vegan cheese, but that's okay. I got mushrooms, asparagus, and spinach, and barbecue sauce on top, and also sweet lemon pepper seasoning. Oh, it's good. And I also got my favorite thing in the world right now from this Chinese restaurant, and it is teriyaki tofu. Teriyaki tofu with extra sauce because, you know, why not? So, let's eat. Give me a fork. Simply give me a fork. There you are. Alright. Stuff is so good. Sesame seeds on top. Oh man, it's still too hot. It's still too hot. Let's start with the pizza. So, I'm not really sure what to talk about. I really like this combo with asparagus, spinach, and mushrooms. What I really like about Pizza is that they have a lot of different like veggie topping options. I really wish that they would get vegan cheese because it's nice sometimes, but it's really good without cheese too. So you can get pizza from pretty much anywhere, which is really great when you're not at home and you're out and about and stuff. So, maybe since this is like my first vegan video, I'll tell you the story. Texas barbecue sauce, vegan, so good. It's a little bit spicy. If you're like really, really sensitive to spice, then you might want to stay away, but it's like not really spicy at all. So I'll tell you the story about how I went vegan in a minute. It actually started with my boyfriend, which is interesting because he doesn't really consider himself a vegan. I mean, he eats like 100% plant-based, but his views on like leather and stuff like that. I mean, he hasn't bought any leather since he went vegan, but he still has lots of leather stuff and like shoes and stuff like that. And also, he's not opposed to like wool and those kind of things. So he's not really like a vegan, and he's certainly not an activist, although he does it in his own way, right? Just by being an example for all of his friends, which is really nice because there's actually been like some real change, and some of his friends just in the kinds of foods that they bring around him and stuff like that. So it's really cool. Even though he never asked for it, they just do it sort of out of respect, I guess. And it's good because it gets them eating healthier. So like when they come to see him, you know, they're eating like fresh cut fruit and stuff like that instead of eating like McDonald's and, you know, the crap that they would always bring before. Yeah, anyway, so it started off with him because he has like stomach problems. Like he never went to the doctor for really because he was like a doctor, but it's probably stomach ulcers, like almost definitely. He has all those symptoms. And anyway, so he would like throw up like all the time. He would get really sick, like at least a couple times a week. He would be in bed like all day, maybe for 2 days. It was pretty bad. So the first thing that he decided is he wanted to cut meat out of his diet. And at that point, we lived together, so I stopped eating meat when I was at home. But like if I was out and about, I would still get, you know, like chicken and tuna and basically anything, anything that I wanted. And so after about, I don't know, maybe 6 months of him eating that way, oh, he still ate seafood. He ate like fish and shrimp and all that kind of stuff. So, sorry. So yeah, after about 6 months of that, he decided that he wanted to go vegan because he was doing a lot better since he'd cut the meat out of his diet. So he was ready to sort of cut the rest out of it and see if that helped him even more. So that's what we did. And at that point, I had no idea what to make anymore because, like, what do you make without cheese, right? So I went online and on YouTube and stuff, and I was looking at vegan recipes. And at one point, a suggested video came up, and it was Gary Yourofsky's, you know, best speech ever, or whatever it's called. And I watched it, and it made me think a lot. And so I started looking more into the ethical side of veganism, and I learned about dairy and eggs and the horrors associated with that. And I realized that it was the right thing to do. So instead of just being vegan at home, I decided that I was vegan and I was going to live the lifestyle of a vegan. So that's how I came to it. That was about a year and a half ago, maybe. I've never really looked back at all. I mean, it's so much better. I feel so much better, and I feel so much better about myself, and you know, my conscience and all that doesn't weigh on me for what I eat and the products I use, and you know, and you know, I feel like I'm starting to get into more and more activism now, and it just makes me feel so great to be able to help spread the message. I recently attended my first Vigil with Toronto Pig Save, which is an organization in Toronto where I live. And they hold these vigils, and they do some other things too, but mostly they hold these vigils outside of slaughterhouses where we go and we stop the trucks as they go into the slaughterhouses. We ask the drivers to stop for 3 minutes, and we go and we give water to the animals, like the pigs or cows, depending on which place we're at. Chickens, we don't give water to chickens, but we talk to them, and we sing to them and we pet them and just give them a little bit of love, you know, because that's something that they've never known from humans ever. And it's just nice to be able to recognize them, to see them. That's what it's about. It's about bearing witness, and just acknowledging their lives, the lives of all these tens of thousands of individuals that are killed every day just in Toronto, in the Toronto area. It's really incredible when you think about how many lives are lost every single day just in your own area, just because people consider these individuals to be food animals. It's pretty sad, actually. But I try not to let it get me down, you know, because things are really changing. When I go to the grocery store, you know, there's more and more vegan options. Lots of restaurants are having more and more vegan options now. And, I mean, Hellmann's now makes an egg-free mayonnaise, a vegan mayonnaise, which is awesome because as great as Vegenaise is, we love Follow Your Heart, or Earth Island, as it's called here in Canada for some reason. But to see Hellmann's come out with it, it just shows that there really is a demand for it, and that changes are really happening on sort of a larger scale, and it's not just the vegan companies now that are making vegan alternatives. It's the big companies, you know, it's Hellmann's and Silk, which is owned by, I'm not sure, but it's some huge company that deals with a lot of dairy also. So it's really great to see, like, the widespread. Becel makes a vegan margarine now, which is so awesome. Sorry, my phone. Just give me a minute. Also, you know, seeing like all the people that actually came out to this vigil, and I mean, this was kind of a big event. It was like an all-day vigil where you went to all the different slaughterhouses around Veermansborg in Burlington, St. Helen Meat Packers, which deals with cows and lambs and sheep, and also Maple Leaf Chicken Slaughterhouse. Oh my god, sorry. It was great to see how many people came out, and how many people driving past, you know, honk their horns and give us thumbs ups and peace signs and support. So that was really cool to see also. I mean, yeah, there were people who were angry too and yelling, but you know, you gotta look at the positives, right? Otherwise you'll just go crazy, bang your head against the wall. So seeing all this positive change is really, really great. And you know, many other people have talked about this, but every civil rights movement, be it anti-slavery, women's rights, gay rights, always it starts off very small, and it faces ridicule, and it faces violent opposition, but eventually it starts to grow, and it grows and grows, and more people realize that this is the right thing to do, and this is the way of the future, and you know, eventually you get to that tipping point and it becomes the new normal. And I see it happening with veganism slowly, because the beliefs are also heavily ingrained in so many people's lives, but there really is a lot of positive change happening. Just give me a minute. Eat more pizza. Oh, big thing of asparagus. Whoop. Ugh. So good. Mm. So I have a really great joke. I saw it on Instagram. I did not come up with it, but it's really good to tell people, like, you know, if you're talking to someone about veganism and they don't really want to hear it and they're just, you know, coming back with yada yada, all the generic stupid responses that I'm sure if you're vegan you're used to hearing if you talk about it at all to anybody. It's not vegan. So the joke is, how many meat eaters does it take to change a light bulb? You know, maybe they'll think about it, maybe they'll just ask you how many. And the answer is none, because they'd rather stay in the dark. And it's funny, you know, it usually gets a laugh out of people, but it also, you know, it does something in their head, even if they don't acknowledge it. They realize, you know, like, well, yeah, you're right. I'm not listening. I don't want to know, and maybe they won't think of it past that. Maybe they will start to think of, well, why don't I want to know? Maybe I should know. So, I mean, it's funny, but I find that it does work. It gets people thinking, and that's the most important thing, because you can't force anybody to change, and even if you could, any change that you force on somebody is not going to be a lasting change. People need to want to change for themselves, and that's when they'll do it. So, you know, just getting people thinking about it, you get it in their head, you know, that's the most important thing. So there's a lot of vegans, especially on YouTube, that like to attack each other and you know, say that, like, oh, well, your type of activism is not constructive and my type of activism is the best, and you know, stuff like that. And I think that, I mean, different things work for different people, right? Like, for me, I watched the Gary Yourofsky speech, like I said, and that really got me thinking. That was like the thing that really drove me to look into it more and to become an ethical vegan. But that speech doesn't work for everybody. It offends some people. So some people, you know, they need a different approach, and maybe they come to it through the health aspect, like my boyfriend did, or, you know, maybe they come to it through like an environmental aspect. A lot of people really care about the environment, and they don't realize all the destruction that animal agriculture causes to it. For more information about that, just watch Cowspiracy. It's on Netflix, and I'm sure you can find it elsewhere on the internet if you don't have Netflix. So there's lots of different ways that you can be an activist, and even just setting an example, that's all some people are comfortable with. But as long as you do that and you're doing everything that you can do comfortably without, because if you're a really shy and introverted person, and then you go and you try to get in people's faces and yell and stuff, you're not going to feel comfortable, and you're not going to feel like right doing that, and that's going to show. It's going to come through, and people are going to be like, what is wrong with this person? Like, if you're passionate and it comes out by speaking very passionately and yelling, then good for you. That's that's the way to go for you. But other people, they respond better to like scientific evidence. So if you talk to them about that kind of thing, maybe like humans don't need to eat meat, and it's not really good for us, and like heart disease and that kind of stuff. If you talk to them about scientifically, maybe they'll listen. When ethically, like maybe they don't care, because it's hard to comprehend for me as an ethical vegan, but some people really just don't care at all about suffering of animals or suffering of others in general, or even the environment and its destruction. So like different things convince different people. So it's important to have different styles, and different styles also, like a lot of people do respond better to like more calm discussion, but some people do need to be yelled at. That's the only way to get through to some people, because they don't want to listen. Right? So different things work for different people, and it's important, I think, to recognize that and to not bring each other down, because at the end of the day, we're all in this together for the animals, or for the planet, or for whatever reason. Maybe you just want to help other people be healthier, or whatever your reason is for being a vegan, and for being a vegan activist that speaks out about it. I think it's important that we all support each other. We're all on the same side, and we should lift each other up, not bring each other down. There's plenty of other people out there that want to bring us down, so we should be there for each other. Pizza's so good. I kind of wanted to put on makeup before I filmed this, but then I was like, whatever. I want to eat. I'm hungry. I think I look fine. Tell me in the comments if I should wear makeup. Alright, this should be cooled down enough now. So good. It's like really soft tofu inside. It's tofu, and they have some kind of like really light batter on it. I think it might just be cornstarch or potato starch or something. And then the teriyaki sauce and the sesame seeds. I swear I could eat this all day, every day. That's so good. I want to make it at home, but my boyfriend doesn't really like it because he said it's too like squishy. Like he doesn't like this soft tofu. So I'm gonna make it with firm tofu, but I think that this is the winner in my books. It's so good. I've only ever found this at the one restaurant, but it seems like it would be really easy to make. You just like dredge the tofu in some cornstarch or whatever. Maybe make like a little batter, deep fry it, drench it in sauce, sesame seeds. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can't even talk while I'm eating this. It's too good. So just stuff my face with it. Don't judge me. Yeah, right. Don't judge away. Write it in the comments. And let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this. Let me know if you want me to wear makeup next time. Or maybe what I should talk about. What I should eat. There's this vegan restaurant downtown that I really want to try out, but I hate going downtown, and I hate going places that are like really busy, which apparently this place has like an hour-long waiting lineup out the door. No, it's called Doomies though. They opened up first in LA, I think, and then now they've opened their second location here in Toronto, which I think is really awesome, and it says something about the size of the vegan community in Toronto, which is also really, really cool. But I mean, I suppose there's like tons and tons of people here, so it makes sense there'd be lots of vegans, but you know, it's always nice to know that there's lots of vegans like in your area, and to have lots of vegan options and restaurants and stuff. Better have another box. I don't know though. I'm getting a little bit full. I have half a pizza left and 1 box of tofu. Alright, maybe I'll just eat 1 more box of tofu. Oh, tofu. Teriyaki tofu. Oh, so delicious. Okay. We've got Arizona Southern style, real brewed sweet tea. I used to really like the green tea one, but obviously, honey. Wish they would make one that was green tea that was sweetened with like corn syrup or whatever the hell is in here. Yeah, this is high fructose corn syrup. Not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's vegan. Okay, tofu number 2. Oh, it's so good. So good. I wish you could try it. I wish you could try it. Here, I'll just give you a better look. Oh my god, I'm dripping sauce everywhere. Okay. Look at that. Oh yeah, it's so good. Oh my god. Give me this. Mr. Tofu. Mr. Tofu. I'm going to eat you. Oh, so I saw an ad for a new movie that seems like really, I don't know, it's really interesting because it's like it's an animated movie for adults. It's with I think Seth Rogen and a bunch of other of those funny people. And it's like about how vegetables and food in general is like told its whole life that oh yeah, you want to get taken home, want to get taken home from the grocery store with the family or whatever, and then when they get there, that's the only time that they find out like, oh, we're gonna get eaten and we're gonna die. So I don't know, it's a really strange message, because it sort of puts the vegan message into a little bit of a different perspective that maybe people will be able to understand better. It's ridiculous to think about, tomatoes and carrots and stuff like that, not wanting to die, but there's meat and those animals, they really do not want to die. And I'm not sure, I only saw the preview for the movie, so I'm not sure if that message is going to come across, but at the very least it sort of brings to light, well, my food doesn't want to die. And I guess it is an extension of the stupid, well, vegetables feel pain too argument. But I think that a really good way to come at veganism to the mainstream public in a way that they will accept it, and not get really defensive is through humor. Humor can be extremely effective, so even if it is sort of almost a parody of veganism, I think it still shows people how the reverse perspective is ridiculous. Showing that the reverse perspective is ridiculous kind of gives credit to the fact that the vegan perspective is actually not ridiculous at all. Right? If that makes any sense to you. They show the extreme. Because people think veganism is extreme. But then when you take it to the real extreme, oh, I don't want to eat these apples because they don't want to die. So when you show that extreme, then you realize that, the vegan perspective, I don't want to eat these animals because these animals don't want to die, or I don't want to eat this product that comes from those animals because they didn't want to die and they had to be a part of the industry. That's how it goes. And they were, you know, tortured and killed and all that lovely stuff. So yeah, it kind of shows that like that perspective actually is not extreme. It's not the extreme. It's not weird at all. You know, hopefully people will get that from it. I don't know how many really will, but you know, it's hard because I'm looking at it from an already vegan perspective. So it's difficult to know like how it would be interpreted from a non-vegan perspective. You know, you can't live outside your own head. You can't really, you can try to understand other people's perspective as much as possible, but it's hard to really like gauge how anybody is going to react to or take something 100% at least. I mean, if you really know somebody, obviously you can kind of, but even them, because what goes on inside their head may not necessarily be exactly what they express. So yeah. Almost done. I've been eating for like almost 40 minutes. If anybody's still watching, thank you. So for those of you who are still watching, maybe, I guess that means you liked the video and maybe that you want me to do more. So definitely give me any suggestions that you have down below in the comments, so that I can know, you know, what to eat. Like I said, maybe if you want to see me wear makeup or not. I have a better camera. I'm filming this on my laptop because this was kind of just like spur of the moment and I didn't really have time to like find my camera and stuff. I don't really use it very much, but yeah, so maybe if you want like better quality video or something, you know, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to accommodate as much as I can. Oh man, I'm getting pretty full though. See, this is when I would probably stop eating, but oh, they're so good. There's only 2 left. I'm just gonna eat them because I'm fat. Yeah, go ahead and tell me how fat I am in the comments, or how crappy my skin is, or my hair. I'll take it. I can take the hate. Go ahead, tell me how much you love bacon. That's fine. I used to be like that too. And then I woke up. And more people are waking up. They're waking up, and it's really just a matter of time now. Now, whether or not that will be enough time before, you know, we don't really have a habitable planet anymore. We all die off. So I don't know if it'll be enough time to save us from that fate, but it's happening. So okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed my 41-minute video of me eating pizza and tofu. And yeah, if you want to subscribe, then you can subscribe, and definitely leave me a comment if you want to see more, or give it a like if you want to see more of this kind of video. And I'll see you later. Bye.